Dolly Parton just died at 80 years old. And before you scroll past thinking, why is a black gossip channel covering Dolly Parton? Well, let me tell you what this woman did with $10 million. Let me tell you what she actually said about Black Lives Matter. And allow me to tell you why the LGBTQIA plus community is calling her one of the greatest allies ever. This is deeper than country music. Let's get into it after the intro. Unfortunately, welcome back to a sad episode of Crown by Kenzie. Dolly Parton died peacefully in Nashville on Tuesday, August 25th, 2026. She was 80 years old. Her team confirmed she'd been in a brief battle with cancer. And what's heavy about the timing is just days before she passed on August 21st, she put out a statement saying she was finally starting to address some health issues she'd been putting off. She said she'd been so focused on caring for her husband, Carl Dean, before he passed last year, that she wasn't paying attention to her own health. Her nephew, Brian Seaver, is the one who announced her passing to the world. Now, look, I'm not going to sit here and read you her whole resume. I mean, 7 decades in the industry, 11 Grammys, over 100 million records sold, a $650 million empire she built from absolutely nothing. So you already know all of that, I'm sure. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for what I'm about to tell you next. In 1973, Dolly Parton wrote a song called I Will Always Love You. Now, she wrote that song in the same day she wrote the famous song Jolene, two of the biggest songs in country music history, written in one setting. Okay? Now, fast forward to 1992. Whitney Houston covers that song for the movie The Bodyguard. And Whitney doesn't just cover it. Oh, she turns it into one of the biggest songs of all time. Diamond certified, over 20 million copies sold. Grammy for Record of the Year. To this day, it's one of the best selling singles by a female artist, period. That cover made Dolly Parton $10 million in royalties just in the 90s alone. Now, here's the part I need you to sit with. Dolly didn't keep that money for herself. She used it to buy an office complex, basically a whole strip mall in a predominantly black neighborhood in Nashville. She talked about this on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and I want you to hear what she said. And I'm paraphrasing here. Her words that it was mostly black families that lived around there, and she thought this is the perfect place for me to be, considering it was Whitney. She said, I'm going to be down here with her people, who are my people as well. And she called it the house that Whitney built. Sit with that for a moment. Dolly Parton looked at $10 million that came from a black woman's voice, and she put it right back into a black community. And when Whitney passed in 2012, Dolly talked about hearing her own song played at Whitney's funeral. She said when they lifted the casket and that song came on, she broke down in tears. She said it felt so final because it was her song. But by that point, it was Whitney's song too. Mm, mm, mm. Now, let's talk about 2020. At the height of the George Floyd protest, I mean, the whole country was having this reckoning about race, and a lot of celebrities fumbling this moment, giving these stiff as lawyer approved statements that say absolutely nothing. Okay. Dolly Parton sat down with Billboard magazine, and she doesn't do that. She says, and this is a real quote, I understand people having to make themselves known and felt and seen. And of course, Black Lives Matter. Do we think our little white asses are the only ones that matter? No. Now, a 74-year-old white woman from rural Tennessee said that on the record in 2020. And that wasn't a one time thing either. Back in 2018, 2 years before that interview, she had a Civil War themed dinner show called Dixie Stampede. And once she found out the word Dixie was hurting people, offending people, she changed the name. She didn't argue about it. She didn't get defensive. She said, quote, as soon as you realize that something is a problem, you should fix it. That's it. That's the whole quote. No drama, no press tour about how hard it was for her to change it. She just fixed it. Now, This next part isn't a one-time statement either. This is decades of Dolly Parton showing up for the LGBTQIA plus community over and over again. When she was asked directly about gay marriage, she said, I think love is love, and we have no control over that. She said she doesn't judge, she doesn't criticize, and she doesn't think that's her job. Back in 2011, a young woman visiting Dollyland was forced by an employee to turn her marriage equality t-shirt inside out. When Dolly found out, she personally put out a statement apologizing to that woman, saying everyone knows of my personal support for the gay and lesbian community. Dollywood is a family park, and where all families are welcome. And in 2016, she told the New York Times, I have a huge gay following, and I'm proud of them. Sometimes some of them look more like me than I do. That's Dolly Parton being Dolly Parton, cracking a joke, but meaning every word underneath. Now, I gotta correct something real quick because I've seen this number get thrown around wrong. People keep saying Dolly donated 3 million books. That's not right. And honestly, the real number is even more impressive. Since 1995, Dolly Parton's Imagination Library has given away over 332 million books to children for free from birth until they turn 5 years old. As of now, as we speak, over 3.2 million kids are enrolled getting a free book every single month in 5 different countries. She started that whole program because her own father never learned to read. She said he was one of the smartest men she ever knew, but she always wondered what more could he have done if he had that chance. 332 million books. Let that number marinate for a second. And I want to close this out the right way, okay? Not with my words, with hers, through her family. Her nephew put out a statement after she passed away. And this last part right here, I need y'all to sit with this for a second.
Dolly called me and said she wants to rest in a beautiful bed of plush cotton because after a life wearing heavy rhinestones, she finally deserves to be comfortable and have some rest. Rest in peace, Aunt Dolly, Aunt Granny, Gigi. May God bless Dolly Parton, and may God bless you all. She will always love you.
I will always love you. Thank you.
Man, man, that was sad. That was really, really sad. A life of heavy rhinestones finally getting to rest in something soft. That's it right there. That's the whole story. But look, Dolly Parton never called herself an activist. She never marched. She never made it her brand. But decade after decade, when it mattered, she showed up. She put her money where her mouth was. She corrected herself when she got something wrong. And she made people who didn't look like her, didn't love like her, feel like they had somebody in their corner. That's rare. That's really rare. And honestly, a lot of people today, John Q. Public, government, celebrities alike, could stand to take a book from her page. But rest in peace, Dolly Parton. Before you go, if you made it this far, you're already a part of the royal community. Hit that subscribe button. Like this video if I gave you something to think about today. Share it with somebody who needs to see it. And drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Also, I've been thinking about live shows where you and I, can casually discuss hot topics of the day, week, or month, as well as get to know each other. Sometimes it feels to me, it feels like it'll be better to be able to respond to you guys in real time versus just through my replies. So let me know what times, days, topics, and reality TV, celebrity news, whatever gossip, entertainment you're interested in, and whether you want it daily, weekly, or monthly. Would you like me to, would you want me to start doing live? So that way we can build some structure and consistency in the royal community. Besides, this is our royal community, and I want to make sure I hear you guys and treat it as such. If you would like to support the community to see it grow, check out my ebook, which is linked below in the description as well as in the link tree above. And before I go, if you also like to support this channel and looking to generate a new stream of income, check out my special Pay for Your Say link. This is not a scam. Trust me. You can genuinely earn a legit side income for things like gas, groceries, savings, or even upcoming vacations or Christmas while supporting this channel when you sign up. The link is also below in the description as well as in the link tree. Until next time, Royals, you guys stay crowned. And again, rest in peace to Dolly Parton. Take care, guys. Bye.